Welcome back to our monthly newsletter. Today, we're going to talk about what's happening in the October market. What's going on with the sellers?
Yeah, sellers, there's a lot to think about right now, right? So we just want to give you some guidelines about what's happening with the market and how to best prepare if you're getting ready to list your home. So first of all, buyers are a little weary. They are watching the market. They are understanding that the interest rate has more than doubled in a year, and they're out shopping for the best property that's going to suit them. They have time because the interest rate is no longer where it was, right? So they are shopping around. At the same time, prices are slowing down a little bit. They're not plummeting, but they are coming down in that top list price where we had that peak time in COVID, where the prices, let's say in your neighborhood, you had somehow sell well over list. That's not happening. You need to now adjust what is happening in the market and look at that property. Look at the home that sold a year ago at the top peak and take some, percentage down, about 4 to 8%. You need to think pre-COVID. Go back to 2019 pricing and see where you want to price your home. The number one thing that we want to impart to sellers today is that pricing your home right when you put it on the market is key to getting it sold in a timely manner, right? So Jenny, what's really happening if a buyer is out looking? How are they making offers? What's the timeline for that, and what's happening with that?
So what we're seeing is buyers are shopping around more, right? They're not going for the first house they find. They're wanting to see more properties. They go out multiple weekends to look at properties. They have a little bit more options. They're a little bit hesitant. And now we're starting to see that offers that are submitted with contingencies.
That's right.
So sellers have to get used to back at seeing, the appraisal, the financing, home inspection contingencies. So we're kind of back into a normal market for buyers where they're a little bit more conservative.
Right. Yeah.
With pricing and their terms as well.
That's right.
But, houses are still selling.
They are.
We're still selling houses. Yes, they're not selling as quickly as they were during COVID time. So you can expect, if your property is well priced, you can expect an offer within 30 days.
That's right.
It's what we're seeing.
Yes.
Right? So as long as sellers adjust to that, we're going to continue to make deals happen and continue to sell homes.
That's right. And one of the things as a seller you need to be mindful of is that there's two things. One, the bidding war is really not happening.
Yeah.
There aren't as many people competing for homes. Some of those buyers did get out of the market completely. They're just waiting to see what happens. They've renewed their lease or whatever they've done. But they have still said to, their agents and us, because we have buyers, that they want basically a turnkey house. With the interest rate where it is, sellers need to be mindful that your home needs to be ready to go, ready to move in. Yep. You need to think of quick things like paint. Yeah, turnkey. Paint, new floors, new fixtures. The exterior needs to be ready to go so that when they see your property priced at whatever the price is that we decide it's going to be at, they think this is good value, right? And they are willing to put in an offer because they don't have really the extra cash because of the interest rate now. Their monthly payment has gone way up.
Right.
So you need to be mindful of that and make sure your house is ready to go when you list it.
Yeah. So it has to show well, spruce it up, light it up, and price well in order for it to move, and also be open to giving incentive to the buyer.
That's right.
So you have to be we have to get a little creative here in this market that we're in.
That's right.
So those are our tips for our sellers.
Yeah.
And now we're going to talk a little bit about what's happening in the buyer side.
Yeah.
Because we do represent both sides, so we see a little bit of both.
And one of the things we want you to be mindful of is that both buyers and sellers now really need to work together more than ever.
More than ever. It's true. It's like, it's a team. It's a teamwork in order for this to happen.
It is, because you've got a property to sell. They do want to buy their property, but we also have to be mindful that, their interest rates are pretty high. Now, that being said, we know that interest rates are going to hover probably for the rest of this year and into early next year around that mid-6, high-6, maybe even that little 7, around there. That's going to be the interest rate for a while.
Yeah.
But, it's not the end of the world, because here's what's happening. Buyers need to be working and understanding their financials and working with a lender who can help them get into a product or tap into the first-time homebuyer programs or the countywide programs or something that's going to help them offset some of those costs and that interest rate. So you really need to be working with a skilled lender. If you don't have one, contact us. We have many referrals we can give you so that you can start working on, okay, how do I get into a property right now?
And it's great opportunity right now too. You can look at different areas and where you want to move in, see how many homes there are for sale. Maybe there is opportunity there to work with a seller that really needs to sell.
That's right.
So there's golden opportunity for buyers and sellers to work together to make this happen.
Absolutely. And buyers, don't discount condos right now.
Yeah. That's another thing, another misconception. I think people think of condos and like, condos fees are too high, but not all of them are the same.
Right. And getting into a condo at a, lower mortgage rate, even with the monthly condo fees, is still affordable for many people. And it still will appreciate. It still will be a great investment at the end. And also, there's a little bit more inventory, so you have some great choices right now in where you want to live and what building you may want to get into.
Yeah.
So don't discount condos, because that may be a great option for you to get into a property, and then down the line, when things kind of settle out and you kind of know where you really want to live, you can look at that townhouse or that single family home.
So for buyers, is get prepared. Get your financials in order. Talk to a professional to help you. We can refer you to somebody if you don't have one. And also, understand that there's also opportunities. There's properties for sale that they may entertain an offer with closing costs.
That's
or
right.
they will give you monies towards buying points down.
Right.
So there's great opportunity here for everybody.
Right.
So,
we just need you guys to come together and work together. So that's why we wanted to do a seller and buyer.
Yeah.
So sellers understand what's going on their end, buyers understand what's going on their end, and what we'd like to do is bring that in the middle so that when you have a property to sell, we can get you a buyer to buy that property.
Yeah. So thanks again for watching. My name is Jenny and this is Kristin, and we're the Delaria team. Contact us if you have any questions or if you want to hear more a little bit about different programs for buyers and sellers that we may have. We'll be more than happy to share those with you. Thank you so much. Till next time. Bye-bye.